And we are live. Ah, yes. Everyone ready to start another live streaming day? Yes. Or technically, it's night. Yep. So, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy King Gabe here. We're back live streaming again. Okay, I know. Yeah, technically, we were live streaming last week on some different topics there, but we're back with live streaming with Heroes of Dreams. Yeah, so yeah, we're back on that there. You know, we've gone through these five bad boys here. We've gone through all five of these books and kind of built up to the Dream League, almost sort of like sort of making me think of like with the MCU. You had Iron Man, Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor and Cap, and then the Avengers. So almost pretty much similar to them. And ironically, this book came out. Uh oh, okay, I got two different dates in here. Let me let me check the release date here. Check the release date. Got a little quick announcement for you guys before we go start. And while I'm searching for this, um, as Rat Trap was saying, Beast Wars. Well, I got some good news and some bad news. Okay, what's the bad news? Well, the bad news is for our Superman review get together, we're not going to be able to do it on the 19th. But the good news is was able to pull some strings, and we should be seeing the movie on the 12th, this coming Saturday. So we should all be gathering together to see, because basically because there's a I know that me and Christina had already planned to go on the 19th. EJ was free and everything, but Casey had a had something come up on the 19th, so we was able to get it to the 12th, so we could all do our gather to see the movie and review it. But that way, she still you know do what she has to do, and she won't miss it there. So we'll be going on the 12th. We'll be recording the review then, and some point next week it will come out to you guys on YouTube there. So yep, that will definitely be coming up there. Okay, here we go. Okay, into the Dream League. Let's see, when did this book come out? Just to be officially get published. Okay, so the publication date for it was in May of 2013 actually. So the 2012 in the book was a bit of an error, but yeah, 1 year right after the Avengers came out in 2012. So as we all know, the Avengers, the MCU started in '08 with Iron Man. In 2012, they had Avengers. I started in 2011. Well, actually, no, I take that back. I started in 2011. Yeah, 2011, because that's when because it was the same year I got married, which was December of 2011. So May of 2011, I published the first Heroes of Dream book with Outskirts. Had a big presentation for it and everything. And after the signing and everything, I was immediately writing the other books. And by the end of the year, I got, with a different publisher, thanks to Matt Palooza for telling me about it. And I was able to immediately publish what I had already wrote out, books 2 and also 3, right following after that. And then book number 4 and 5 in 2013, yep, we had Heroes. We got what we're about to go into right here. It was a dream. So, yep. So that's really good. This is going to be quite a week with the whole superhero thing going on. We're going to review Superman this weekend, And we're talking about the Dream League here in this week's live stream, which we see they sort of are building. It's still Superman focused, but they're sort of secretly building up a Justice League. And I know in the Zack Snyderverse, he was trying to kind of did well. Most of the studio was edging him on that. I mean, not saying that he wouldn't have done it, but yeah, yeah, because he probably had a certain way he wanted to do it there, but studio interference. Um, yeah, so hopefully, yeah, like I say, James Gunn is hopefully the studio does not treat him like the way they did Zack Snyder, and let this guy breathe. Let him do what he's got to do. Some people, I mean, there's going to be people that like it. There are people that dislike it. But let the man do his vision and go from there. Let him, as sort of stupid say on YouTube, let him cook. Let him cook. So just let the man cook. So we can see. Okay, okay. hmm, hmm. Yeah, that way we, get our opinions on it and see where he goes with it. How is he going to develop his vision? That's what we just want to see how different people develop their visions. Like, like I say, Zack Snyder could have got that chance, but because he wanted to do Man of Steel too, but they wanted to throw Batman in there and Justice League seeds, and they just rushed everything so quickly. So yeah, don't rush. Take your time. So, all right. So let's get on into this, and definitely make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, get our available books. Hit us up on the Patreon, just like Iceman Universe does, and check out his full-length reactions of Ed, Eddie, Naruto, One Piece, and Hey Arnold, and also now Courage the Cowardly Dog, which I gotta say, I'm really, like I say, I've enjoyed Ed, Eddie. I'm currently enjoying Hey Arnold, and I'm also currently enjoying at the same time because he just started Courage the Cowardly Dog, which I gotta say, yeah, is a it makes me wish I did look at Courage the Cowardly Dog when it first came out, but I didn't get to see a whole lot of it. And just the first few episodes I've looked at him reacting to, I'm like, man, I wish I saw this. I saw more of this growing up there, like the way Casey did there, because she was a real big fan of the show, and I see why. I'm like, man, yeah, it's pretty good. I really like Courage's character in there. Like, well, my name ain't Aunt Sally, and it isn't. Yeah. So check all that out. Give them some love and everything. Also support the Miracle Crew, Queen Tina, Big Sis Casey, and Edith the Supreme. And also, just like you're hanging out with us here in this live stream, also hang out with us on Facebook and Discord. And let's tell each other some stuff on the Macari app. And as of now, not only have I sold the Dragon Megatron and the clone of Slapper that you saw in the little short I had a while back, but I also sold one of the wall unit air conditioners. So, yeah. So, all right, let's get on into this there. Okay. And make sure you hit a like. Enter the Dream League. After accepting Christ into their lives, Star Striker, Target, Sword Girl, Bubbleina, and Vantamex became a team known as the Dream League. They already, in book 5, of course, because they are the kind of heroes that you can only dream of. However, with the help and guidance of Jehovah, God, their guardian angel YERO, and their parents, the manifestation of that dream has taken place in their lives. Now, the 5 heroes must unite to face the evil Anthony Westwood. However, he is not alone, and he has a power that could put the whole world in danger. Find out how they succeed in this adventure. So we're about to find out. And I mentioned this in my live stream when I read book 5. That the climax of book 5, facing that the lowercase g god Venubian. Kind of seemed more like a Avengers level threat for the Dream League, yeah. And ironic, the Avengers they fought somewhat of a lowercase g god with Loki, and the Chitauri there. So actually, it kind of seemed more, but like I say, that's one of the things, when you're writing this, and like I say, this is the first book series that I have published. It's not the first thing that I've written, but it's the first thing that I've written and have published, and got quite, like I say, I actually I wrote altogether. If you're wondering how many books are in this series, there's 10 books, books 1 through 10. Then there was what I called an anniversary book, movie book. I know that some of y'all might think that don't, probably like, well, that don't make sense. How is there a movie book? But that's what I thought of it as, because it's a lot, because it's a little big, it's bigger than the normal Heroes of Dream book, and it was sort of an anniversary special with a huge event going on, which kind of had a lot going. And then book 11, and also book 12, but then that's where it stopped there. Kind of had a bit of somewhat, I guess you could say, a cliffhanger, but that's where it stopped, because then I got Photoshop, and I started the Star Trek comic series after that, and yeah, just kind of kept going with that there. So, and also I had 2 other books that was supposed to be in the universe with Heroes of Dream, Reality Imagination series, which I will share with you guys. You'll know when I get to it, but I will share it with you guys. It's a shared universe with it, kind of its own, kind of like a prequel to Heroes of Dream. But yeah, I kind of had a lot of that going. So um, yeah, like I say. So now let's get on into it. Yeah. Heroes of Dreams. Enter the Dream League. Yeah. So you got one in here. All right. Definitely make sure you give me a like while you're in there. Of course, proofed and edited by, of course, my mom and my wife. Say, mommy. Like to say, yeah. Let it stay right there. It's my mom right here, and of course my wife. And then the picture of mom at one of my previous book signings I had before I got this book out. So you can see you got book 5 there. So yeah, and even got the poster right here. I actually showed this poster in a short. I think it should be up on the channel. Um, but that poster, it was actually it was pictures I drew for the different covers of the book. And what my mom did, she printed them pictures out and put them on a big. From the look of it, looked like she used 2 poster boards, put them together, had them laminated, and made one big poster for a lot of the signings I had back then. There, and I got it on my door. Is like I say, got is a you got it. Where you started, where I started at. So yeah, sort of like a reminder of where I started, coming up to where I'm at now. So yeah, and the fact that I still have these books where I started and sharing them with you guys. So, all right. Chapter 1, Meet the Dream League. All right, so Sam, and here's some kind of show these pictures before I started reading. Of course, you got this picture that was in book 5 when they won the news there, and some little flashbacks from the previous books there. Yep. So it's sort of a little recap here. Pretty say which would be pretty good, but if y'all missed the previous live streams of the first 5 books. So Samuel Lee Princeton started the adventure with a dream of actually becoming a superhero, like the ones he read about in comic books. He also wanted to follow the footsteps of his dad, Leonardo Princeton, in crime fighting. Although his dad thought he was too young, that didn't stop little Sammy from taking matters into his own hands by making himself a costume and some toy gadgets. He became Star Striker and would sneak out at night to fight numerous crooks on the streets of New York, along with the neighborhood, along along with the let's see, wait, streets of New York, along along with school bullies there. However, when he moved to Shreveport, Louisiana, with his parents due to the back in the back-to-back agency's relocation process, the real adventure for him began. After fending off a trio of bullies known as House Guillemante, Samuel came face to face with the terrible snake woman called Sia. Star Striker fought the best he could with what he had, but it wasn't enough. However, thanks to a battle suit called Project Starman, triumphantly defeated Sia. Brian Robinson was inspired to become a superhero after seeing Samuel save him from the trio of bullies and Sia. After being in the formation of both himself and Star Striker, Brian, who was a super smart genius kid, built various gadgets of his own. At first, Leonardo felt it wasn't safe for Brian to know about Samuel's secret as Star Striker. However, with some convincing, not only did Samuel tell Brian his secret, but Brian willingly teamed up with him as target to take down another dangerous trio of troublemakers outside the schoolyard, along with their foster dad as well. Samuel, Leonardo, and the whole BTB agency learned later that Brian's parents, Derek and Deborah, were the head of their own agency called the Hunters Agency, and agreed to work with the BTB agency as partners, just like Star and Target. I guess the BTB Hunter Agency. Julie Yukoshi trained in the art of multiple sword fighting on her own, along with developing her psychic powers at the age of 4. In order to avenge her parents, she vowed to take down the person responsible for killing them, which was her uncle Koji. After 4 years of training, she became Sword Girl. Later, she found out he had changed her grandpa Koshi's restaurant, the Yuko Yuko, into the Napa Kappa, and came to Grambling, Louisiana to find them. Because of her anger, she used her powers to terrorize the restaurant. Star and Target tried to reason with her, but it did not do but it did no good until she was extremely injured by a clan of kid ninjas called the Kappa Clan. They were led by Koji's son, Kyoji, also known as Kappa Blade. He revealed the truth of why Koji did what he did to Julie's parents, and also why he did the same to Kojo. It was for the amulet of the greatest samurai, which Julie obtained as Sword Girl after defeating Kyoji. Bubbleina, the mermaid princess of Atlantis, dreamed of being a superhero like Samuel, but she was having trouble unleashing her power from her Triton. However, a genius kid named Wilson Nelson, also known as Silly Willy Nilly, is determined to capture her and prove the existence of mermaids and other magical creatures. After being rescued by Star Target and Sword Girl from Willy's shark robot, she joins up with the heroes to completely defeat the robots. She also learns how to fully unleash part of her powers, thanks to Sword Girl's advice on concentration. She also makes her and the boys' costumes more colorful. Once Bubbleina learns their secret identity, she creates herself one as Melody Lee Smith. And in Christina's version of Bubbleina series, known as Melissa Doris Robinson, Calvin Wayne was born and raised for 2 years in Egypt under the name Cadamus. While in Egypt, his mother Yolanda found out that Calvin's dad, Ammon, wanted to use Calvin as a sacrifice to bring back the Nubian in the era of slavery. But thanks to a mysterious bandit, Yolanda and Calvin were able to escape to Shreveport. At the age of 8, Calvin became a magician called Banamex and performed at the fall festival where Ammon and Panubian found him. However, Banamex joined up with Star Striker, Target, SWORDGIRL, and BubbleLina, and with their faith in Jehovah God, the five of them defeated Ammon and Panubian. We got more little flashback pictures here. Yeah, that's a pretty good image right there of Julie's training there. Yeah. There we go. And of course, BubbleLina, aka Melody Lee Smith in this version. And Calvin Wayne. Facing the evil Panubian. After accepting Christ into their lives, Star Striker, Target, SWORDGIRL, BubbleLina, and Banamex became a team known as the Dream League. They call themselves that because they are the kind of heroes you can only dream of. However, with the help and guidance of Jehovah God, their guardian angel YERO, and their parents, the manifestation of that dream has taken place in their lives. And of course, and now we begin our current story. I get tired of these yarns. Almost making me think of a yawn at work. At work, they had me bust out laughing. Samuel called Lisa from downstairs. Samuel, come on, son. Everyone's waiting for you. Okay, Mom, I'll be down in a minute, said Samuel. Lisa went into the kitchen where Brian, Julie, Melody, and Calvin were sitting at the table waiting to eat breakfast, sort of like how we're about to have the Miracle Crew over here at my house on this weekend. Please tell me he's on his way, said Brian. The stress of seeing those waffles and pancakes without eating them is really frustrating. Not to mention those sausage links, crispy bacon strip, ham, and scrambled eggs, said Calvin. He said he'll be down in a minute, said Lisa. He said that 5 minutes ago, said Julie with a groan. Don't worry, friends, said Melody in a cheery tone. We have plenty of time, even if we have our breakfast at lunchtime or an early dinner. It'll still be all right. Let me see if I can try to do that voice Christina did for BubbleLina. Do not worry, my friends. We have plenty of time, even if we have our breakfast and lunch. Oh, no, I ain't gonna do that. I think she did it better on that one. I'm just gonna do what I do. Can't last that long, said Brian, slowly reaching toward the food. Must eat now, said Calvin, also reaching for the food. Julie used her psychic powers to move the chairs. Calvin and Brian were sitting in back a foot and made a barrier appear around them. Lisa noticed it out the corner of her eyes and said, Julie, what did I say about using your powers in the house like that? Sorry, Mrs. Princeton, but it's the only way to keep them from going crazy, said Julie. Finally, Samuel arrived and took a seat at the table. Sorry to keep y'all waiting, he said. No trouble whatsoever, said Melody. Now we can eat, shouted Brian and Calvin, holding up their forks and knives. Oh boy. Okay, so you got these some more flashback pictures, also from book 5 when they united and also accepted Christ into their life and the guardian angel YERO. Then got Samuel's mom calling Samuel down for breakfast, and now he arrives. As you can see, they ready to eat. Also, you notice if you can kind of make it out on Samuel's shirt, it's a picture of there's a writing dreamer under the picture of this person on his shirt. That actually is meant to be Martin Luther King on his shirt there. So I have a dream. Yeah. So that's the little wink there. Oh boy. Hold it, said Lisa. Someone needs to say grace first. They say, gotta say grace, you know. I want to, I want to try, said Melody. Have you said grace before? asked Lisa as she sat down. No, ma'am, but I'm sure it can't be too different from prayer, said Melody. It's like a prayer for food. But it's like a prayer for the food, right? Well, that's one way of putting it, said Lisa. Okay, then give it a shot. Okay, said Melody. Everyone bowed their heads and closed their eyes with her, and she began. Hey, the oh, okay. Dear God Jehovah, your son Jesus, and our guardian angel YERO, my friend and I have come prepared to enjoy this wonderful breakfast feast. It has been cooked by Mrs. Princeton, the mother of Samuel Lee Princeton and the wife to Mr. Princeton. It consists of pancakes, waffles, eggs, bacon, sausage, ham, grits, and wonderful fruit as far as the eye can see. Lord, we thank you for it all. Of course, we also thank you, Mrs. Princeton, for preparing it. Like, but God, we thank you for allowing her to have this food to prepare. Everyone slowly opened their eyes as Melody continued ranting on with the grace that had now become a long prayer similar to a sermon. Are we ever gonna eat? Whispered Calvin. Yeah, this okay, so this right here, her ranting about her going on with this long grace. Uh, One thing that comes to mind is from the Johnson family. Well, actually, Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins, but also Johnson family, but a little different. In the Johnson family, the grace was going on because Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer were going on back and forth, like trying to outdo each other with the grace, like and saying stuff, and then eventually the mama was like, "In Jesus' name." My mama, y'all just said grace. Don't make me start cussing in here. So yeah. So and then Roscoe Jenkins, now obviously they didn't show it, but well the whole thing, but you saw kind of like the end of the grace, and apparently from the reaction of the actors, of the characters, this I think he was probably like a local pastor in where Roscoe's parents were from, but he had gone on way long court from the reaction of the other characters. Like, we thank you for the pork ribs and the red velvet cake and all that, and also the pumpkin pie and all the sweet potato pie and the greens and also the potato salad and the so yeah, he was just going on and on, and then finally he said, "Hey, we thank you for that very beautiful eulogy. You're being long." So, oh boy, so that kind of made me think of that. And also, if you didn't see my Let's Go to Church live stream, there was a deacon at the church who actually did pray for a long time. That was I mean, it was at a church anniversary, at a pastor's anniversary. Um, yeah, and yeah, he was down there for a long. He was like, Amen, Amen, Amen. Okay, okay, now, okay. So Julie then placed a lemon wedge in Melody's mouth. In in Jesus' name, she said. Melody took the lemon wedge out of her mouth and said, "You know, go along." Just a little bit, said Samuel. Said Brian. Sorry, I tend to do that sometimes, said Melody. It's okay, dear, said Lisa. At least you were willing to try. Well, if we're all done now, started Calvin. Then Brian and him held up their forks and knives and shouted, Let's eat! After breakfast, the kids walked to the bus stop. As soon as they arrived, a school bus pulled up and the doors opened, revealing YERO in the driver's seat. He was about to take them to a very special location. As you can see, yeah, Grace went on to, and you said he put the lemon wedge in her mouth. Like, go too long. And they're all finna go to a very special location there. Yep, about to find that next chapter. Well, I put it this way. May have been saying a long grace, but at least she didn't do what Ashley did in the first episode of The Fresh Prince when they asked her to say grace. They asked her to say the grace. Say, Hey there, Lord, my name is Ashley Banks. My family and friends want to give you some thanks. So before this food's all swallowed and chewed, thank you, God, for this stupid food. Yeah. Oh yeah, at least that didn't happen. Okay. Chapter 2, The Hero Bus and the Hero Tree. I'm good. Once inside the bus, the kids looked around inside and noticed it looked like the inside of a city bus, limo, and command base combined. That's quite a combination. This is cool, said Melody. It's like a space station, said Calvin. And it's called the Hero Bus, said YERO. When you're in your civilian form, the outside will appear as an ordinary school bus, just as you saw. Then, when you're in your hero forms, the outside appearance of the bus will change to this. YERO showed them on the holographic computer screen. The image showed the words Hero Bus appearing on the bus as it changed its color to gold. That's it in the regular form. And what it looks like on the inside a little bit. Got a computer screen. Welcome to the Hero Bus. And what it would change to when they get ready to go into action there. They got them a Hero Bus. I might work that in when the Dream League is introduced in the Yumiko series there. I know it's probably going to be a little different from this. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I saw this coming up. I thought somebody was walking in on me. Like, somebody other than Christine. I was like, hey, hold up a second now. Any chance we could take this to school? Asked Brian. The Hero Bus is for mission use only. Oh man, said Brian. Besides, if it were used like that, oh, it's Samuel. Okay. Besides, if it were used like that, it would look pretty suspicious, said Samuel. Indeed, which is why you should tell nobody about this, said YERO. Like Jesus told the blind man last week's Sunday school lesson, said Julie. Everyone agreed. Well, everyone, have a seat. so I can show you all to your special place, said Yero. After everybody got seated, Yero started driving down the road. Eventually, Samuel and Brian started to notice Yero was driving down the road leading to the beach house by Caddo Lake where they met Flora in the gang. Why are we in the area of some of our enemies? Asked Brian. You had enemies in a beautiful place like this? Asked Melody. Like, well, Mom always tells me that things aren't what they appear to be, said Calvin. As Brian explained to them what happened, a flashback began. At the time he was being interrogated by Rexon. Whoa, said Brian in shock at Rexon. I never thought I'd see a Tyrannosaurus in a suit. Well, if you want to see anything else in your bratty little life, said Rexon, then tell us where you hid the Starman Project. Yes. Starman Project, asked Brian, confused. What are you talking about? Rexon got up in Brian's face and shouted, Don't play dumb with me, kid. You know very well what I'm talking about. Now answer me. As Rexon was talking, spit came out of his mouth at Brian. Brian coughed a bit from it and also got a whiff of Rexon's stinky breath and shouted, Ugh, I don't know what that is, but would it kill you to eat a pack of breath mints? Seriously, your breath smells like pickle juice and dog poop. Ugh. That's a lot. That's even worse. That's even worse than the nightmare I had once, where an old classmate of mine jumped me down the stairs and had me pinned down where I couldn't get up. And when she opened her mouth, stinky Cheeto breath came out in my face. Oh no, help! Oh no! Sir, said Flora, tapping Rex on the shoulder. She turned around facing Flora, and she continued, Let me try it alone. Rexon thought for a moment and sighed. Very well, my tiny little Flora, but don't let it take too long. Don't worry, said Flora. The flashback ended. I remember those guys, said Samuel. They captured Brian to get to me and Star Striker and learn my identity. Yero chuckled. Don't worry. This area we're about to enter is clear of all your enemies. Then Yero turned into a long driveway and drove it down until he came to a clutter of trees in the road. Yero continued to drive, and the kids became nervous. They thought the bus would crash into them, but a portal appeared, sucking the bus inside. Yeah. Oh. And of course, remember this picture from book number 2. And there's the portal that appears in the trees there. Which, of course, sorry. After that, it appeared in front of an enormous trees with doors and windows. Yero turned, brought the bus to a stop, and turned off the motor. Then everyone stepped out of the bus, and the kids looked at the tree in amazement. What is this place? Asked Samuel. This is the hero tree, said Yero. Your personal Dream League base of operation. Follow me, and I'll show you around. Everyone went inside the tree through automatic doors. Then Yero continued. This is the entrance hall, the first level of the base, and up ahead are the places away from the tree and back. Okay, whatever. Okay, skip one. Up ahead are teleportation pads. They're used to warp you to different areas of the tree and even away from the tree and back. Then Yero walked toward the left wall and pressed the button to make it a hologram appear. Make 5 touchscreen watches appear. Each watch matched the color. Each watch matched the color. What are those? Asked Calvin. They look similar to Brian and my transformation watches. These are your new transformation watches, said Yero. They're called the Hero watches. When you're ready, use them to simply call for them by saying Hero watches, then say heroic transformation activate. Sounds like a bit of an upgrade, said Brian. It is, said Yero. Hey, can we try them out now? Asked Julie. After I show you the rest of the base, said Yero. On that note, they toured the second level. This level consisted of personal bedrooms with a bathroom, but each of the Dream League member matching their costume color. Personalized. Then the third level consisted of an indoor training room / gym, kitchen and dining room, living room, movie theater room / gaming room, science lab, and a study hall. We got all kind of stuff here. After that, the fourth level was equipment and vehicle storage. Okay. There was even a launch pad and portal for the bus. Finally, the fifth level complete with the central control room, lecture hall, and interrogation room. Never know when you might need an interrogation room. Kind of makes me think of when Robin used it in the Teen Titans in Tokyo movie. It's like, wow. It is like being in a humongous palace, said Melody. Like, this is like a giant birthday and Christmas present all together, said Samuel. Maybe even Kwanzaa too, said Brian. Or Hanukkah, said Calvin. Or Shichiko-san, said Julie. Everyone looked at Julie confused. It's a festival for children back in Japan. So here we. Okay, so let's see. Oh yeah. So you got the hero tree and all the rooms drawn on them there. That. And then of course those are the different hero watches. Each one of them personalized there. Yep. Personalized to match each Dream League member. Suddenly, the red alarm came on. Sounds like trouble, said Yero. Everyone rushed to the large computer screen in the control room. Yero searched the computer to find out what the trouble was. An image of Nelson's laboratory in Oil City appeared. Of the Nelson laboratory appeared in Oil City, Louisiana. It was under attack by robotic tentacles. Dream League, it's time for action, said Yero. Dream, Chapter 3, Dream League, go! As you can see, they ready. Hero watches. Heroic transformation. Almost makes me think of Beetleborgs. Beetle Bonders. Beetle Blast. Big Bad Beetle Boys. So Samuel, Brian, Julie, Melody, and Calvin prepared to suit up. Hero watches, they exclaimed. Heroic transformation. Then each of them went through different transformation sequences in their costume. And of course, we see it, but of course, Star and Target's a little different because of their costume switcheroo. As you can see, Target. And he even got a catchphrase, right on target. swiftly striking like a star. Star striker. Mm. Right on target. Target. Then it was Julie's turn. First, the Yukoshi amulet appeared around her neck and shined rays of light around her. She closed her eyes to concentrate very hard, causing the lights to materialize her costume on her, changing into a sword girl. She also changed the style of her hair from flat to spiky. Hmm. Here we are. Julie's transformation here. Yeah. After that, was Melody on cue. First, bubbles appeared in the background behind her as she made her trident appear in her hand. She used some magic to gather the bubbles and change and change her regular clothes into her costume. She also changed her hair color from dark brown to pink, and her eyes to pink and aqua green. After that, she became BUBBLELINA. We have her right there, strong and gentle. So we're going to like a magical transformation there, like them Sailor Moon shows there. Finally, Calvin brought it all home. First, he made his wand appear in his hand. Then, like BUBBLELINA, he used its magic to change his regular clothes into his costume and become Man. Mm. Clever and charming, Phantom X, by the way. Let's see, there was also some captain. Honorable Sword Girl Samurai, strong but gentle BUBBLELINA, and swiftly strike like a star. So, you boy. And he says that's Phantom X. Clever and charming. So now, Dream League ready. Everyone run to the hero bus. Everyone to the hero bus, said YERO. Once they arrived at the storage room, YERO changed the bus's outside appearance to what he had shown the Dream League earlier. After that, he prepared to launch the launch pad and portal, and they all got sucked inside. Then away they went through the portal into Oil City. Once they arrived, the Dream League noticed wings had disappeared on the main hero's mind. So, noticed the wings had appeared on the hero bus which was flying. Oh boy. I guess I forgot to mention that the hero bus can fly, said YERO. Now that's cool. You're not kidding me, said Target. A superhero The superhero thing is really full of surprises, said BUBBLELINA. Just then just, just then the bus started to land toward the Nelson laboratory. Suddenly police were terrified. The car was terrified in the men they passed. Terrified policemen inside flew past it. I'll get him down, said Sword Girl. She quickly teleported outside the bus and levitated the cars. They levitated toward the cars. Then she raised her hand toward them and used her psychic power through her hands to control the cars. And force them to force them toward the ground slowly and carefully. Get some more water in here. That's a little better. She continued with that And the hero bus made its landing, and the rest of the Dreamling were excited and raced into action against the tentacle robots. They had a the robots had abilities to fire acid, missiles, and poison ink from the suction cups on them, and they could barrel through to the ground and avoid attacks. The Dream League had a challenge on their hands with these things. Sword Girl landed the police car safety, and she teleported back to where her teammates were to aid them in the battle. Eventually, she came up with a plan. Oh, we have another plan. Everyone, get quick, high into this. Everyone, quick, high into the sky. Play for a moment, she said to them with their mind. She said, Star and Target. They looked. Took Vanamex and Bubbleina and flew them up the night and flew them up to where Sword Girl instructed. Once they got there, she teleported to meet them. So it's been a change of plans. So what's the plan to beat those things, Star? We simply split our differences different directions. And say, it's a different direction. It confused the robots, says Sword Girl. It's not that it'll be easy to take them all out. Okay. Looks like a deal's about to be made here.